What's your biggest non-sexual fantasy? I am in NYC. I eat a slice of pizza from every pizza shop in the 5 boroughs. Every one. All in a single day. From this I have no ill effects and feel perfectly fine the next day, which is steak day. This is where I eat a steak from every steak restaurant in NYC. From this I have no ill effects and am ready to wake up to bagel day. I can travel back in time to when I was in like 2nd grade and try my life over again knowing what I know now. It always starts with me telling my parents to buy stock in Apple Lowell. Go to sleep and wake up refreshed. Live in my own house / apartment, which may not be huge but is not cramped. My job may not be my dream job but it allows me to live relatively comfortably. I have friends who care about me. To love and be loved. Edit. I'm really surprised that so many people also dream about this really attainable life. Seems kinda sad that way, but I'm glad we all have something to live for. I fantasize about these because I'm young. Too young to date. Going to college this year. Haven't gotten a job. Haven't moved out. Etc. I do have friends who care about me and I want them to still be there in the future. I hope all of you find peace someday. And to those who have attained this already, thank you so much for giving me hope. To be yearned for. I love the verb yearn. I'd absolutely love to be a magical warrior with mystical companions and familiars, a dragon, and living in a magical world with magical creatures. Biggest fantasy since 3rd grade. Lol. Edit - I didn't expect this to blow up. Thank you all for all the replies. I'm sorry I couldn't upvote them all. Though I certainly tried. Yes, I do play D&D. Sometimes I imagine being able to get my own cozy apartment and do things like raising cats, cooking and sewing. I could try new things like gardening as well. Just a quiet, peaceful life without stress or worries. To run and dance naked under the sprinklers at a big broccoli farm. Sometimes I have this fantasy of packing up my things, getting in my car, and driving somewhere else and starting my life over. When I'm in the shower I like to imagine what it would be like to be famous and interviewed by Oprah. Oprah would ask if I always thought I would be famous and I would answer that I would stand in my shower thinking if I was ever famous I would be interviewed by Oprah. I get stuck in this thought loop until the water turns cold. It's 40 minutes later and I haven't scrubbed myself yet. Move to Ireland and live on one of those gorgeous country landscape, away from society. I've always wanted to have a popular webcomic. I can make funny jokes, although not consistently, and I can draw to a reasonable standard but I don't think I'm quite good enough to make stuff people would actually want to read. Still, if I lose too many shifts from the coronavirus outbreak, maybe I'll give it a crack and see what happens. To be loved. Winning the lottery. Then building an average-sized or slightly above average home but customized to how I want it. Not like 65 bedrooms and 37 bathrooms. 3 to 4 bedrooms. A library. Project room. Kitchen with professional quality equipment. My girlfriend is a trained pastry chef but a medical condition made working in the field difficult so she had to stop. She wants a nice kitchen for when she wants to play. If we hired a chef I don't want to embarrass them with a mess stove from Home Depot. Doesn't have to be the most expensive available but I want quality equipment. Green / solar powered able to charge my Tesla model. Traveling the world some. Every so often. Not like non-stop. Mental stability. 2 chicks at the same time. I'd love to have 2 freshly hatched chicks to gently snuggle and pet cause I just think they're so cute. Living in the Star Trek universe where there is no money and we all pursue what interests us. Food, shelter, healthcare and education are all free and we all try and get along. The whole planet. Total fantasy but that's what I would love to have happen. I don't care about being mega rich, but to live comfortably, financially, in a cozy house with lots of animals and a job I love is a dream of mine. Fuck man, I just want a hug. I've been writing a book on and off for about 6 years now. My fantasy is to finish it and have it become a Hunger Games style hit with young adults, then become a movie. I would be heavily involved in the movie and John Bernthal would play one of my main characters and then we'd become friends. When I'm feeling extra silly, I imagine winning Best Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars and crying in front of millions of people watching while I tell them that regular people can make magic too. That I actually get to play D&D instead of DM. 1. I arises in my lifetime. 2. I takes over the planet, sidelines humans and creates a sustainable, prosperous, technologically advanced utopia. 3. I miniaturizes into nanobots and meld with us and we all become machine-human hybrids with billions of sentient nanobots coursing through our bloodstream, giving us essentially immortality and the ability to live in both digital and physical planes. 4. We, now demigods with enormous power over our own biology, spread throughout the universe, terraforming planets and seeding them with life. 5. 1 million years in the future, our galaxy is filled with dozens of civilizations and species, all evolved from Earth life and I, long ago having abandoned physical bodies, live as an energy being tunneling through dimensions of time and space and watching over a group of planets as a caretaker god. 6. And from time to time I meet up with some other energy caretaker goddesses and we have massive orgies that last 80 years inside stars. Getting food today. This is just all a horrible dream and I will eventually wake up in a utopia. Playing my music in an arena to tens of thousands of rabid fans. I wrote a book about solving world problems in your own home. I fantasize that 100 million people will read it. Yes, I have a dream, and it's not some MLK dream for equality. I want to own a decommissioned lighthouse, and I want to live at the top, and nobody knows I live there, and there's a button that I can press, and launch that lighthouse into space. Writing and publishing a book. Grandiose, but maybe one day. Well, because of my current situation, quarantine and rain, I'm gonna have to say warm summer weather, getting out in my favorite sundress, eating homemade tacos in the yard with my friends, some Elton John on my Bluetooth speaker, laughing and having a good time. There's a golden evening glow on everything, and the atmosphere is heavenly. That's what I've been fantasizing about. Having Omnitrix. Seriously, I used to bribe God's statue by giving him fake money and asking for Omnitrix when I was 8 to 9 years old. Financial stability. That or unlimited free drugs. To walk again so I can hold my wife in my arms. Giving Trump a high dose of LSD during the general election debates. The one where I come into work and nobody talks to me and I just get my work done. Then I look up at the clock thinking it's got to be around 1 p.m. and actually it's 5:05 a.m. and it's time to go home. I'm pleasantly surprised and happy to have had a nice fast day at work. That I have a small shelter that exists outside of time that I can summon and go into, and inside of it is a bedroom with bed, bookshelf, kitchen with all the amenities, bathroom, etc. And since it's outside of time, I can spend as much time as I want inside and no time passes in the real world. So when I'm really tired, I think about how nice it would be to just pop off and sleep a few hours. That my sister can get herself and her family their own home. To move to an isolated area in the mountains, get a house to share with my best friends, or even not so best friends, have a garden and other things that would help make us as self-sufficient as possible, but still have somewhere to go to buy other stuff fairly easily. I'm actually going to do this when I retire, but each night when I am trying to fall asleep, I imagine this in my mind and it makes me happy. To travel the multiverse for all eternity, shape-shifting and time-traveling forever whenever. Magic worlds are super cool and I want to have all pets live as long as their owners. Free time, legal marijuana, art supplies. Live in an ultra-low-tech cottage. Make homemade pizza. Snack on pizza and coffee all day while I get high and paint. Talk about constellations then sex. Change name to Rob Boss. To become an actor in movies / series. Not for the money or the fame. I really just want to work as one. Home ownership. I'd have an acreage out in the county, with a nice big Quonset for my garage. Build an exact replica of the picnic shelters that you used to find in every campgrounds, and outfit it into a full outdoor kitchen with a brick BBQ and a brick pizza oven. Take up rocketry as a hobby again, and build a little launch pad with a bunker. And it also build a Shinto shrine, because my mother always wonders why I don't display more mementos of my gap year in Japan. Is an entire shrine enough for you, Mom? And inside the house, it'd have a sweet-ass home theater. Winning the lottery and using the money responsibly. P. Freedom. I want a way out of the corporate rat race. A way to not worry about if I can afford an injury, or a simple prescription. I want to be able to live quietly and simply, but free. I'm pursuing homesteading, self-sufficiency, and a home business. But I doubt it will ever be enough without some drastic governmental changes regarding healthcare and income equality. Answering this post, that was good. Wish I was a girl. Being able to exactly measure pasta for how much I would like to eat. To be able to just be free of my medical conditions. If had to give up the army, give up baseball, and even give up on someone I loved for a surgery that ended up making me have nerve injuries and they hold me back from so much. Being with friends, being able to go to parades, being on road trips for more than 3 to 4 hours at a time unless we plan on going to a gas station halfway in. I would be a way better person, I feel, if the surgery went the way it planned, but that opportunity is gone and now I have to live the rest of my life dealing with it and hoping it stays stable for as long as my body can. Edit. Typo. Subscribe, like and comment if you hate outros, begging you to subscribe, like and comment.